From the time we are conceived, we are surrounded and nurtured by water. When I was born, I came into my world surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, an ocean that excites us, that feeds us, an ocean that we fear as she ebbs and flows closer and closer to our coastal homes. My name is Lucille Chute. I am a feminist and I embrace my tradition and culture. I am a community media activist. I use radio to break the silence, to empower, to influence. My maternal village is Tawake. I ride the waves to reach Tawake, often after a long and bumpy truck ride from the town of Lambasa, more than 150 kilometers away. My boat ride brings me to the place where my grandmother, my mother, aunts and sisters have seen the ocean rise and reach out to us. They tell me that over the past 20 years, the waves have risen, swamping our food gardens, affecting the health of our people. Our ocean lashes out to us during storms and hurricanes. I see the evidence and damage of climate change becoming all too visible. I am a Pacific woman. These are our stories. Even though women have the solutions, too often we aren't consulted and involved, such as in the planning, delivery, and management of humanitarian responses, including food security. We need to be supported to speak out, to overcome the silence in our communities and in political spaces. Our leadership also needs to be visible, particularly through the media. We need our diversities and abilities recognized and reaffirmed. And in recognizing our diversities, there's a need to ensure that all women receive information and are consulted in a manner and format that upholds our right to information and communication. We need our Pacific communities to break the silence on violence, to support us and to take action with us, together, to prevent violence and promote women's human rights. We need our education system to empower. But is anyone listening? In 1995, our governments committed to achieve equality between women and men through the Beijing Platform for Action. The Millennium Development Goals were also adopted in 2000. Governments have now adopted the new Sustainable Development Goals. For our Pacific region, the development agenda is linked to the prevention and elimination of violence against women and children, enhance political participation, and support for the involvement of young women through education and leadership programs. We share this vision of equality, development, and peace, of women's rights are human rights. But to talk to a woman and you will hear of the struggle. Many of us are still not allowed to lead and participate in decision-making, even though this can be such an important way to prevent conflict in our homes and communities. Many of us cannot claim our rights to equal pay, land ownership, sexual rights, freedom from violence, access to education, and maternal health rights. So, if development is about living in a safe and peaceful community, if development is about being included, if we all agree that sustainable development isn't possible without gender equality, then why are we still not being heard? And so we come together and dare to rise from these challenges, celebrating the women who have paved the way for us, visualizing the future we want. So when the world gathers in 2030, what would we have achieved? We dare to dream. We dare to speak of the transformation that is needed for women's lives, for our communities.
My daughter, she's 10. I've got 3 grandchildren, and I hope that for them, the things that we're doing now and the things that we are facing now, it wouldn't be a problem for them. That's my hope.
The empowerment of women should be a key to all of this, because I think that if women and girls are empowered to know and to participate and to access whatever is there, then I think the working together, obtaining gender equality and fairness, should have a high standard.
It would be very ideal to report that we have been able to address the needs of the individual human being, the individual person who lives in Palau, and at the same time, ensure that the resources have been sustainably maintained, or we're able to sustainably use those resources, but also to emphasize on the relationship between the individual human being and the individual's environment, and how there's that synergy of relationship that we've come to understand that we need the land, and the land needs us as caretakers.
Women would be able to live their lives as they want, as they like, and as they wish they could. Their aspirations would be taken into account without fear, because you may have some women who say, oh, but there's peace, around our neighbors, because we couldn't see them fighting. But in our island context, we really have to look how behind those doors life is all about. I would like to see that women behind those doors, they are just free women, they're being loved by everybody, especially the partners, respected. And it's not only about the women.
So I really want government of Kiribati to really focus on this, because I think this is one of the root causes of it. Like if they are violated, women are violated, they won't be able to, develop and improve their lives.
And of course I want to see my daughter, if she wants to be the Prime Minister, that she can be the Prime Minister. Yes, so, and having said that, but also my sons, them also getting all this important information, it's about respect for women, for girls, the awareness around all the important things, the important role of women, the respect. So seeing, both my sons and daughters, growing up, valuing that partnership, having the respect for each other, yes, and being successful in life.
Gender equality in the Pacific, I think definitely reduction in violence against women, more women in parliament and women taking up political leadership positions, and I think more recognition of women's contribution and participation in the economy. I think if we're able to see some of those things, then I think we should be okay.
We are Pacific sisters. We are connected by the ocean. Our stories rise above the waves, reflecting the sign of the times. Our stories call for creating a climate of peace. Because peace is simply not an answer, but the answer.
My name is Ruth Pokura.
I am Fräulein.
My name is Claudine Singel.
I'm Viola.
My name is Janet.
My name is Quincelani Toelupe Tango Elisara. I'm from Samoa, and I'm a Pacific woman.